What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So I want legendary for bringing this up, man. And let me say this, man. I like Dame Lillard as a player. This isn't personal. Um, he's a great scorer. He's a good guy. I love his mentality about not joining super teams and trying to get it done on his own accord as the man. I get all of that. Um, he deserves a lot of praise for being the only guy to step up and, help to get Carmelo Anthony back in the NBA. But I got to say this, man. Dame Lillard is not top 75. He's not. He's not a top 75 all time player. And, I mean, when you look at some of the people that are not in the top 75 that that Dame actually qualified over. I mean, look, he's not the best player in Portland Trailblazers history. All right. Now, if you're talking about overall, I think Clyde Drexler's still ahead of him. If you're talking peak for peak, I understand he didn't have much of a career, but peak for peak, you got to put Clyde ahead of him and Bill Walton. If you're just talking about as Portland Trailblazers, I mean, Bill was the centerpiece of their championship team in '77, and had Bill not broke his foot in '78, they probably would have repeated as champions. I mean, when he got hurt that year, they were 50-10 at the time, and they finished four and I think 8-14 after he got hurt. But anyway, Dame is a great scorer. He's had some great individual games. He's been an All Star a few times, man. And okay, but what about that makes him top 75? Because he can shoot long threes. And I have to put this not so much on Dame. Dame never has gone around saying he's top 75, he's top this. I have to put this on the voters. So therefore, I have to put these on the people who voted, who generally are media members. And when you look at the way they voted, a lot of these media members, you have to seriously question their NBA historical knowledge, their acumen when it comes to that. I mean, I looked at some of these people's lists, I love Allen Iverson. AI not top 10. He's great. But some of these people had AI top 5, top 10. They had Vince Carter in the top 15. They had Trace McGrady, who I think has a case for being top 75. They have Trace McGrady top 30, but then they'll have somebody like they'll have somebody like Elgin Baylor like 51. Like, man, get the fuck out of my face. Get off TV. Don't fucking come on TV and talk about NBA history. If you can't, don't talk about shit before 2016. All these frauds on TV trying to talk about basketball. I understand. We talk about the game, that's one thing. But don't fucking sit up there and try to analyze basketball history and your list look like that. How the fuck is Dame ahead of shit? How the hell is he ahead of Vince Carter? How is he ahead of Alex English? How is he ahead of Bernard King? The one guy I'm saying to myself, how the fuck is he ahead of is Adrian Dantley. Dantley had the longevity. Remember back then he went to college. Okay. Dantley played from 77 to 92? No, 76 and 91, I think. So Dantley had the longevity. In today's NBA, he probably only went to college 1 year or two So he would have played 17, 18 years. He scored 23,000 points, two scoring titles, was a beast in Utah. Didn't have a CJ McCollum that he was playing with. And at least he went to an NBA Finals, went to a Game 7, and came that close to winning a title. If it wasn't for that snake ass fucking Isaiah Thomas, he would have won a championship in '89. Now, AD wasn't the real AD, Adrian Dantley. He wasn't a great defender, but neither is Dame Lillard. I mean, you think about some of the players that aren't on this list: Kevin Johnson and Sean Kemp, um, Tim Hardaway. I mean, you really have to like think, man. Like, Dame Lillard. I'm sorry, y'all, but I'm expecting a lot more from Dame Lillard for him to be on this list. I'm expecting a lot more. I'm expecting him to have multiple Western, at least minimum Western Conference Finals appearances, playing at a high level, an MVP caliber type run, at least one Finals MVP, and he's on the downside of his career. And don't get me wrong, 80 Anthony Davis is not a top 75 guy either. I'm gonna do a video about him today or tomorrow. He don't belong in that fucking list either. But Dame, I'm sorry, I like you, but it can't always be about who I like. And no, I can't stand Ben Simmons, man. But Ben Simmons has, a lot of potential as a basketball player. I can't lie about that. Dame is a good dude, man, but the way Dame plays basketball, that hero shit, man, it don't work. And that's why there's a good possibility if Anthony Simons continues to play at a high level and Portland shows promise, they may get rid of Dame Lillard, man. They may get rid of him because, as I said before, a high volume point guard historically has never won a championship. Never. It's never happened. And the ones who were high volume didn't start winning until they started playing more team oriented basketball and played more of a traditional point role. And Dame don't look like he's really capable of that. So I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, that's all I got to say.